Hey guys, Dan here from Your Guitar Academy and welcome to the last day of your Beginner's 30-Day Challenge. And just massive from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for going through this course. I'm sure you've got an absolute ton out of it. And what we're going to be doing today is I'm just going to be finally going through the practice that you need to now be putting in. No more new elements. You see, I haven't even got a guitar. Okay, although they're sitting right there. But we're going to be using the chalkboard and we're going to be giving you this kind of structure that you can now use until you're finding it all just that little bit easy. And that's the point where you want to now take it to the next level. You go on to the next course, and that's something you can find on Your Guitar Academy website or here on YouTube or wherever you're watching this. So really important today, we're going to get this practice guide down for you, written up. So put down the guitar for the moment, or maybe pick it up just so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about, and we'll get started. So if you're new to this course and you've just come through to this on YouTube, then please remember that you can head on over to the website and you'll find full write-ups for every lesson, all of the tab, all of the chord boxes, the fretboards, everything you need to absolutely smash and master every single lesson. As well as that, please do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It massively helps us continue to provide you these free courses, and leave us a comment. If you've got questions, we will get back to you. So leave us a comment under the video and we'll speak to you there. Okay then guys, so let's start by dividing our practice session. So I'm gonna just divide it into 3 sections. 1, 2, and 3 sections, okay? And really we're gonna call it the start, the middle, and the end. Okay, so I'm just gonna put little dividers in here. And you will notice that it's heavily proportioned, so the middle bit is wider and the start and the end are thinner. And it might be even more so. This is malleable, this is quite flexible, but generally that middle section is going to be wider. It's going to be more time, okay? And as I've mentioned in the past, it's really important that no matter how much time you've got, so if you've got 10 minutes, you can still do a really nice structured practice. If you've got an hour, you absolutely need to structure that practice, otherwise it will be a waste of time. I would suggest, if you can do 20 minutes, that's fantastic. Pick up the guitar for 20 minutes, do a nice bit of structured play, as it were, as I say to my toddlers that I've got at home. But do a nice bit of structured practice, pick the guitar down and then pick it up again later. If you can do that a couple of times throughout the day, then that's really amazing. Remember, we've got this kind of, when you pick something up and you've learnt it, the time away from the guitar can be almost just as important for absorbing it all as well as the time in. So if you do an entire hour, that's really cool. If that's the level you're at. But if you find yourself getting to about 30 minutes and you're burnt out, your hands can't move anymore, there's literally nothing else for you to practice, then it's time to take a break. So if you have an hour, then maybe do 20 minutes, a little bit of a break, and then another 20 minutes. That's probably actually a better way, and you're having to do a little bit less. So just kind of be smart about that. Know your limits at this point. Physically, there's a lot going on. You're still working with the wrist, you're still working with so many different elements with left and right hand, and very physically holding the guitar, that it's gonna take time for that to strengthen up, okay? If I was a weightlifter, I wouldn't go in and jump in and do a 3-hour weightlifting session on my first 30 days. I'd be doing 20-minute HIIT training or something like that to build up my strength, whatever it is. So let's just start with phase 1. So we're gonna call it gym, as it happens. And the gym section, I want to bring in all the things that we can now categorize, that we've learned as gym, okay? So we've got, and I'm gonna put in here, I think we've got about 6 or 7 chords. So 7 chords, okay? So whenever you learn a new chord, what I'd be very tempted to do is put it initially into my gym section, okay? So, we've recently learned this A minor and C. So I'd probably still have these in my gym section, and I'd just literally, to a drum beat or not, ideally to a drum beat, because obviously for the guitar gym, it's really good to have a beat, a pulse going. I would be just practicing literally the physicality of changing these chords. And this is where you can be quite pernickety. You can spend the time going, getting the chord absolutely right. Okay, that's what the gym is all about. It's very unmusical, almost. So you can really be doing that, okay? So whatever your hardest chords are at the moment, they should be going into your gym, and surround it with a couple of easier chords. So you might go from the C major to the E minor that you've been studying since day one. So that's quite a nice little progression. Again, it doesn't have to be very musical. You're just physically practicing those chord changes, okay? So that's one thing that would go into my gym section initially. The next thing would be my scales. So I've got a pentatonic scale. So I would take that pentatonic scale, and I've also got my major scale. Okay. So I would take those two lovely scales, and I'd put them to my drum beat, as you will do, any of the drum beats on the site, or a metronome, or whatever you want to use. And I would just practice them. So I just put them anywhere on the neck. So I might practice them, for example, a G minor. And I just practice. And this guitar gym is the physical aspect of it, making sure your right and left hands are synced up. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Using the drum beat to determine how you're improving speed-wise as well. So can I get to 80 to 90 BPM? Can I get there? Every day trying to just push it a little bit more, okay? You don't spend ages on it, but just try it. So yesterday in my notebook, and have a notebook, by the way, have a journal for this stuff. 80 BPM I did yesterday, so let's put 80 BPM on. Smash that. Today I'm gonna try 82 and see how you do, okay? And gradually work it up, okay? Always remembering that technique wins. So the technique, if you get that right on a slow start, you're going to be absolutely able to speed it up quite quickly, okay? Same with the major scale, just practice that major scale. Same thing with the drum beat. And that's practicing scales, okay? And really, from a guitar gym point of view, they're the main things. We've also got a spider exercise. Now, I love spider exercises. And gradually you're going to incorporate more and more of these spider exercises as you go through it. So, your spider exercise is 5, 6, 7, 8 steps. Classic song. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7. And you've been practicing this since about day 6. So hopefully you're getting more and more familiar with this. Now, what I would then start to do is, again, up the speed, okay? So work with speed and accuracy. So if the technique is now really there, it's looking really good, you'll feel comfortable with the right and left hand, try and do it a bit faster. You can also try it further down the neck. So let's try it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can put this anywhere you want on the neck. It's just an exercise. And something that you'll love is, as we develop our guitar gym skills in other courses in your Guitar Academy, we bring more spider exercises. It's all just about the independence of those fingers and getting that left and right hand synced up beautifully. So there we have the first section, the gym section. Now, next up, we're going to be doing the musical part of all of this. Okay, let's just call it the musical part. So, really, this is the bulk of your practice. This is the reason we picked up the guitar in the first place. We love songs. We love listening to songs. We love learning how to play along to proper songs with singers, with bass players. We learn solos. We learn riffs. All of the reasons why you love music. This is what happens in section 2 of your practice, okay? And for us, we've got 2 songs, okay? So we've literally got song 1 and song 2. And at the time of filming this, so today, that's the names of these songs. We might actually name them something. We haven't fully decided yet. The songs were all written and done and edited, but we haven't fully named them. So maybe they'll have a different name on the website. But either way, first song and second song that we've learned in that order. And just think about how much goes into that, okay? Every song we've got a variety of chords We have learned the chord, the actual chord charts, how to read a chord chart, how to understand beats, how to do rhythm. So we've got rhythm patterns. We've got the flow between a chorus and a verse and various different rhythms within that. We've even got riffs. We've got lead guitar parts. It's all in there. All of that kind of the gym stuff, you know, the stuff that gives you that technique, that gives you the physicality to be able to play this. So that's why this goes here and this goes here. And this is the bulk of your practice. So right now, the main part of your practice time should be practicing 1 or 2 of these songs, okay? Depending on where you're at. You might find that song 2 is just a little bit too hard at the moment, so do song 1, and then you do song 2. And then if you've got a longer practice session, do both. So if you're talking about an hour's worth of practice, then make sure you're doing kind of 15, 20 minutes here, then come in here for the bulk of the rest of the practice to do these 2 songs, okay? So that's super important. The most of your time here is doing that. And remember, you're eventually trying to work it up so that you can actually play along with the full song. And finally, it's about the theory. So your major chord theory, your notes on the neck, you might want to kind of revisit those. And really that's something whereby these things can often go a little bit awry. You know, you can forget to do these bits, okay, these last little bits. But actually what I'd say really this third section, keep it more for the fun, okay? That kind of relief at the end of your practice session, and to remind yourself, wow, this is how far I've come. The theory, let's take that away from the practice session in terms of do it afterwards. Do it at the office, do it during your lunch break, do it in the car on the way home. Remind yourself of these things. Have a picture of the neck, which has got, you know, A sharp, B, all the notes on the neck. Try and, you know, rather than sitting there and reading the newspaper in your lunch break or whatever it is, looking on your apps, just go, okay, well, I'll tell you what, let's just write out the major scale for A or G or E or B or whatever it is, to just remind myself of that tone, semitone stuff. That's something you don't need a guitar anywhere near you to do. And now that you know it, let's keep it fresh in the brain. So try and revisit that a couple of times a week. And it can be at the end of your session here, especially if you haven't got any improvisation or any songs yet. So right now, that's a really good contender for the end of the session. But as you develop, that will kind of move into just like when you're just doing other things, you know, you're just thinking randomly, try and pull your thoughts to that. So there we have it, guys. There is your practice session, and make sure you head on over to the website so you can actually get that written up and see that properly, kind of download that. And there you have it. I really hope that you've enjoyed this course. I really hope that it's helped you, and you've done fantastically well for getting to this point. You've now gone through 30 days, you've committed to daily practice, and we've now built a fantastic set of techniques, principles, and ideas that will now, you know, elevate you so you can basically take your guitar playing in any direction you want. So all the best, guys. Please, if you've got questions, do leave them in the comment section if you're on YouTube. You're more than welcome to head on over to the website and contact us. We've got email contact forms. You can call us, you can text us, whatever it is. Let us know how you get on. Let us know what you'd like to do next. Or if you need a bit of advice, perhaps you even need to start seeing a one-to-one tutor to really help you get a bit more direction in the next steps. You might even just want to run something by us. We've got a team of amazing tutors who will be able to help, including myself. So please do get back to us, let us know how you got on, and have a great rest of guitar journey beyond these 30 days. Speak to you soon. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching this video. That's it for today. Please do head on over to the next lesson when you're ready, which you can find here, or you can start from the beginning of the playlist right here on YouTube over here. Also, if you want to leave us a comment, we do our best to answer any questions that you might have, and pop us a like and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. Every little helps. Thank you so much, guys. Speak to you later.